moving on to streaming, we've got, there's loads of stuff out this week as well. And we're going into the Christmas movie round. But before we do that, we're going to kick off with A Private War.
Well, this is it, because we've got two really buzzy awards contenders from this past year are landing on Netflix this week. So they say Private War is one.
Yeah.
We'll get to them in a moment. But Private War, I was amazed this didn't get nominated for anything.
This is Rosamund Pike.
Rosamund Pike as Marie Colvin, who was the British war journalist. You'll famously remember for being so iconic with the eye patch.
Yeah.
And
she was sadly killed in an explosion.
Was, yeah. But there was also a documentary about her about a year before this, which was based on a book by Paul Conroy, her frequent collaborator and photographer. Yeah. This is the fictionalized retelling in which Rosamund Pike really goes for it.
David Blundy.
Who?
David Blundy.
What about him?
Left for the Telegraph before you joined. I took his job.
What is your point?
And he was killed 2 years later in San Salvador. Jal Silva. Lost both legs at the knee in Kandahar while working for the New York Times. I was with him in Afghanistan. Safa Abu Saif.
Who did he work for?
She was a 12-year-old Palestinian girl. Killed by a stray bullet that pierced her heart. She was wearing pearl earrings. She probably thought she looked pretty that day. I see it. So you don't have to.
She really does. And actually, it's a powerhouse performance. I think... was this out this year in the cinemas?
This was one of this year. This and our next one were this year's awards contenders. They were very, very early this year.
Yeah.
But I was astonished that this didn't even get any kind of Best Actress recognition for
but
her.
she was
tremendous.
She is tremendous in this, and it's a hard role to play, and it takes a lot of guts to play this kind of role. So it's well worth a watch if you're interested in the works of Marie Colvin anyway, and her, the write-ups that she did, and you followed it, and to find more out about her fictionalized life in this movie, then A Private War is for you. Moving on, we've got Mid-90s. I haven't seen Mid-90s.
Have you not? This was Jonah Hill's directorial debut. He'd also written it. A very likeable film, very funny, but I think it does have a certain... I noticed in our screening in particular, when we had the press show, that it seemed to go over a lot better with male critics than it did female ones.
Oh, I see.
Specifically, male critics of a very certain age. So if you were of the age to have enjoyed the Mid-90s as a teenager, it's like, you and I kind of...
I think we were young teens.
Maybe young teens, but but the character is, to be honest, it's like a 13-ish year old boy, and it's that first set of sort of teen friends you make, the wayward, rebellious friends, all about skateboarding culture in the 90s in Southern California, and how that intersects with your first kiss and the music at the time, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bed sheets and things like that.
Oh, amazing! Maybe I'll catch that. Amazing. So
that's very worth it.
That's on Netflix from Sunday.
From Sunday the 1st, as is Private War. Yeah, but you know what is coming to Netflix, and this is hugely anticipated, I'm told, because the first movie was something of a weird sleeper hit, right?
Okay.
So we're now getting a sequel.
You tell me.
Okay, we're getting a sequel. Is A Christmas Prince, The Royal Baby, on Netflix from Thursday the 5th of December.
And we're going to end the show now.
Well, that's it. I mean, I know nothing of Christmas Prince.
No, me either.
It became a gag because Netflix put it on their Twitter feed that, thanks to their server monitoring, they knew that one Netflix member had watched it something like 832 times.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and they asked, who hurt you? But it did become a weird sort of... It's one of those trashy Christmas films, like that Vanessa Hudgens one.
Yeah, I
Christmas
love that
Night,
Vanessa
we talked about the other week. Like one of those where it appeals to people who just want to...
Tis the season. From this weekend, tis the season.
Put the slanket on, get the quality street, make yourself a hot chocolate and whack on the Christmas Prince and Royal Baby.
There we go.